We now turn to our next speaker, Dr. Ghulam Nabi Fai, Chairman, World Forum for Peace and Justice. Dr. Fai, what are the social development challenges faced by people of occupied territories, including such as Jammu and Kashmir, particularly by women, youth, and children? You have the floor.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Madam Chairperson, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. The theme of 64th session of Commission on Social Development. It is very pertinent and very timely indeed. Because the theme reminds us that social development cannot be sustained when people face insecurity, instability, and systematic militarization to participate in the social, economic, and civil engagements. As it was mentioned here, the Doha Political Declaration of 2025, it clearly states that there won't be any social development if people are living under insecurity, displacement, and war zones. I totally agree with the conclusion of Doha Declaration. It is true. When people are living in constant fear, insecurity, and instability, Excellencies, to find the solution for social development is an illusion. People cannot participate in the economic and social and civic engagements under those conditions. I will give an example of Kashmir. Will you listen to me carefully? I come from Kashmir, but I am not saying it because I come from Kashmir. I am going to put forth the observations of those who are not Kashmiris, who are not even Muslims. Although the historical and the political dimension of Kashmir, it has been widely documented, but its social development implications, they have not. The prolonged militarization, frequent curfews, communication blockade, I don't need to tell you. Ever present the fear of nuclear confrontation between India and Pakistan. It has disrupted the lives of every single person. And compounding on the subject is the absence of the accountability of 900,000 Indian Army. Excellencies, 900,000 figure was given by one of the most notable human rights activists of India, Arundhati Roy. They are not accountable because they have been given the immunity under law, particularly Public Safety Act, Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. You do not need to be an Einstein, ladies and gentlemen. Under those circumstances, you cannot pursue the social, economic, and civic engagements. The constant disturbances in Kashmir, it has fundamentally changed the lives of the children. The memories of our children, they are reshaped by insecurity and instability. Can you believe it? Our children, they do not want to go to kindergarten. Our children, they do not play with the toys the way the normal boys do. As it was mentioned by Excellency Ambassador of Pakistan, schools are closed down for longer period of time. Can you believe it? They are also being closed when there is VVIP personality in town. I will give just an example. Narendra Modi ji, the Prime Minister of India. He visited Kashmir March 7th, 2024. He gave a speech at Bakshi Stadium, which is just 5 miles from my hometown. There were thousands of people listening to him. Thousands of people. March 7, 2024. And the next day, which is March 8, 2024, reported by India Today and Delhi-based The Hindu. What did they report? They interviewed Mahbooba Mufti, the former Chief Minister of Kashmir. They interviewed Umar Abdullah, who is currently the Chief Minister of Kashmir. They told them, The Hindu and the India Today, that the government has compelled the teachers. They must bring thousands of students to listen to Narendra Modi. The schools were closed down. There are tens of thousands of Kashmiri youth who have lost either one or both parents, exposing them to the psychological trauma. The London-based Save the Children, London-based, they say the number of orphans has increased. From 1991, it was 35,000. In 2007, 80,000, not my report, Save the Children. In 2007, 80,000. Today it is more than 100,000. Now the violence against women, it has been the serious impediment for the social development in Kashmir. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a quite new terminology which I am going to use here. It has been used by the United States Department of State. It has been used by the United Nations High Commissioner of Human Rights. What is this new terminology? It is half widows. It is only in Kashmir. What does half widows means? Their husbands have not died, they have disappeared. They do not know whether they are dead or alive, forcing them to the economic hardships. Now, how many half widows are there? Let me quote State Department country report. There are 8,000 to 10,000 people who have disappeared in Kashmir. State Department report. Their wives are half widows. Because of shortage of time, I would like to give you just one example of Kunon Pushpora. Very sympathetic. Kunon Pushpora. It was reported by New York Times by Barbara Crossett. I met Barbara Crossett here in New York. In Millennium Hotel, it was not Millennium Hotel then, it was then UN Plaza Hotel, we had a meeting. She had just come from Kashmir about Kunon Pushpora. It was reported by Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, and the Daily Independent. What did they report? Very shameful. They reported 50 to 70 women between the ages of 13 to 60. They were gang raped. Tamanna, 18 years old lady, 18 years old, you cannot say even lady, 18 years old girl. She was pregnant. 3 days later, she gave birth to her son with broken arm. Shakila. Ladies and gentlemen, by God, I am not making a political statement here. Shakila could be my daughter. Shakila could be your sister. What happened to Shakila? Shakila was abandoned by her husband, Muslim husband. You know why? Because she gave birth to a child who was conceived by the rape of an Indian soldier. So, dear brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, excellencies, if the Commission of Social Development is true to its mandate, then we suggest to the Commission, they must persuade the Government of India to allow United Nations Special Rapporteur on the Violence Against Women, and United Nations Special Rapporteur on Sexual Exploitation of Children to go to Kashmir. Have an independent assessment, and report back to the United Nations Human Rights Council. With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I thank Dr. Fai for highlighting the lived realities and generational impact of occupation on the lives of Kashmir.